Hi, so very good morning, friends, boys and girls. I'm Rajesh Kumar Singh. I am the Director and CEO for ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, and we are a part of BAJAJ Capital Group. ICOFP is the education and training arm for BAJAJ Capital. It's where we offer some international certification programs and some exclusive programs in the area of financial planning, financial analysis, wealth management, all of that. So that's what BAJAJ Capital, ICOFP does. And International College of Financial Planning was established in year 2002. So we are a 20-year-old super specialized financial education institution. And we have our presence in Delhi, Mumbai, Mysore, and rather globally because majority of our programs are online. So wherein we have participants from Middle East, participants from Australia, Canada, Singapore, and other countries studying with us. So that's what ICOFP does. And we are also one of India's most super specialized and most awarded finance college. So when I say super specialized, all our programs are highly super specialized. So for example, you may have heard of a program called MBA Finance, but we do not teach MBA Finance. We go to the extent that within that, we go to super specialization. Like, so for example, one of the super specialization that I'm going to talk today is wealth management. So it's again a super specialization, a niche within finance, right? So within finance, you have accounts, audit, taxation, corporate finance, personal finance, all of that, wealth management, all right? So we do programs which cover one of the niche super specialized areas in the whole of finance. So the idea is to make you an expert in one area, make you a super specialized professional. That's what ICOFP believes in and ICOFP does. Our parent company, BAJAJ Capital, is one of India's most respected and trusted financial services company, a wealth management company. And it has been in business for 59 years now, with a presence spread across 130 branches in the country. So we are present in almost every city. You name a city and we would be probably present there. That's the kind of present we enjoy. And with a nationwide presence with 4,000 plus team members, 4,500 plus team members rather, and 130 odd branches, we are there for 59 years serving the nation in building financial happiness. So that's what BAJAJ Capital does. So a brief about my institution, my parent company, and about me. I mentioned what role I am in. Academically, I'm a chartered accountant. I did my CA from UK. I'm chartered accountant, MBA Finance, and a CFP, a certified financial planner from FPSB USA. So that's about me. Today, I'll talk about the format, what I'm going to talk over the next an hour or so. I'll try to keep it less than an hour because I know, friends, all of you would be youngsters. So staying here for an hour would be a little difficult for you. So I'll try keeping it as compact as possible. But one thing I promise, the next 1 year, I'll try to bring you something which will open up career opportunities for you. So the next 1 year is going to be the time that you invest, the next 1 hour that you invest in this talk today is going to be a life-changing thing for you. That's what my promise is. So with that, we begin. So boys and girls, all the invites, the emailers or the social media posts which were sent to you or where you have seen this about this event talks about wealth management and you becoming a wealth manager with BAJAJ Capital. So that's what the talk would be. So before I say how you become a wealth manager with BAJAJ Capital, I need to give you a perspective of what wealth management is and who is a wealth manager, right? So first you need to understand the industry, then you need to understand who a wealth manager is, and then we will talk about the opportunity and rest of the stuff. So I'll begin now. I'll request as many of as you can. So I'm not trying to force you, but as many of you can, please switch on your cameras. That would be more helpful. That will at least make me feel that I'm talking to people. Otherwise, it will feel I am talking to the screen. And using the chat. My team has kept you on mute, but that's only for the sake that my voice reaches you very loud and clear. If you have questions, you can write in the chat. We would take up every single question that you mentioned. That's one thing. So before we begin, or before I continue further, can you quickly write in the chat the cities that you are from? Just the name of the city. Nagpur, Delhi, Noida, Mumbai, Nasik, Aurangabad, Pune, likewise. Go on, Hyderabad. Perfect. So we have people from all across the country. I have students from eastern part of the country, southern part of the country, western as well, and northern as well, right? So a very nice spread, though we are 25, 30 odd participants, but a very nice spread. We cover almost entire corner of the country. Okay, so let's begin by first understanding what wealth management is. Okay, so you understand wealth. Wealth means loads of money. Somebody who is super rich, somebody who has lots of money, right? So that's we call him a wealthy person, right? Somebody who is super rich, we call him a wealthy person. So one is, generally people look at wealth management, or generally people get that idea that wealth management is about managing the finances, managing the wealth that these super rich people have. But that's half of the story. Wealth management is also about making a common man, a middle class man, okay, a middle class wage earner man, also super rich over a period of time. So that means trying to, or helping people to accumulate wealth is also wealth management, right? So what you do as in wealth management is about helping people, giving them advice, consultative advice, so, and a personalized advice. So you will have to create a financial plan for me. How do let's say I earn 100 rupees today. So how do I accumulate, how much I can accumulate from this 100 rupees over the next 30 odd years? And how do I achieve financial happiness for me and my family? How do I make all my right investments, right? So that's what wealth management is about. It's not only about the rich, it's also about making people rich. It's an investment advisory service, okay, which combines all other financial products, financial services that you can think of. And it's a very consultative process, meaning to say you will have to engage with the client, you will have to ask clients, you will have to understand clients, right? Understand their financial goals, understand their priorities, understand their financial behavior, their risk-taking appetite, and then create a portfolio for him, then create a plan for him, right? And it's very holistic. It's not about just one of the products like equities, for example, or like mutual funds, for example. It's very holistic. It's about investing, it's about growing money, it's about even understanding my cash flows, it's about setting up the portfolio in such a manner that I have right diversification. I invest in equities, mutual fund, bonds, IPOs, to the extent that maybe a very small part, maybe 1% or 0.5% or whatever, in crypto too, right? So that's what wealth management is. It's a very holistic view of looking at money and helping people achieve financial happiness. And the professional who does all this, the professional who manages all this, the professional who offers all these services to the client, to the common man, is called a wealth manager, is known as a wealth manager, right? So you understand what wealth management is, you understand who a wealth manager is, okay? Any questions so far, you can write in the chat, I'll take up, don't worry. So the question is, because you guys are thinking of planning of a career in wealth management, so before I want to get into any industry, I need to see how deep that industry is. Is there a market? And how that market is shaped up, right? So for example, if I want to be a doctor, I need to see what is happening, how are doctors making money, how doctors practice, right? How do they acquire business? All of that I need to understand, right? So then my decision of getting into that profession would be all the more logical. So I'm trying to give you a very logical view of why people come to a wealth manager, or tomorrow when you become a wealth manager, why will people come to you? Why will a common man like me or Kanhaiya or anybody would come to you and seek your advice, seek your guidance, right? So one of the reasons, first and foremost, the reason is financial markets are complex and they require constant learning. It's not a one-time learning job. Please go to your family, go back, ask to your dad, your uncle, your mother, your grandfathers, and you will be surprised to see majority of them, right, would be happy or would not even be neck deep into banking products. Forget about any other product. For a moment, I assume that, okay, equity, they consider highly risky. So I'm not saying that they should be knowing equity. Even the banking products, they would not be very well aware of. If you even ask them, how is the interest computed on a saving account? Trust me, 99% of them would not be able to answer how is the interest computed on a saving account. Right? So financial markets are supposedly a little complex and require constant learning because it changes very fast. It's not like a software. So if you learn Java today, probably the next 10 years, you are going to use Java, unless and until a new language invades in and then you try learning that. But financial market is something where if you are out for even 5 days, 6 days, trust me, the markets won't make sense to you because things are changing every day. The NAV would change, the stocks would change, the economic conditions would change, a lot of factors would creep in, and 6th day would be a completely new world for you, right? That's one of the reasons. Second, everybody has a very unique persona, a very unique requirement, a very unique relationship with money. My requirement for money may be different, yours may be different. My priorities may be different, your priorities may be different. My goals will be different, yours would be different. The amount of risk that I can take with my money would differ from yours, right? My priorities are completely different. So then my plan has also to be different, right? If we know that the goals are different, then the path also needs different, the portfolio needs to be different, right? So every person has a very unique financial persona. And that's one of the reasons why there is nothing like a standard thing that, okay, I'll put this in on some online calculator that, sorry, how do I build my portfolio? I'm so sorry. I think I'm having a dry throat. Okay. So how do I build my portfolio? And this online calculator will throw me 2 options. I'll go and invest. No, that's not the right way to do. If I do that, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, I'll repent my decision, right? Okay, third, and the most important thing again, people master what they do. Okay, so for example, if I am a doctor, I am supposed to be mastering medicine. I'm supposed to be mastering surgery. I'm supposed to be good at taking care of my patients. I am not supposed to be good at money. I may know money a bit, that's fine. And that basic thing I must be knowing, but the basic thing is not that's good enough for me to make an investment decision, that too when it's about my whole life's money. It's my hard-earned money that I have earned over the last 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. And I want to invest that. I want to create a wealth. I want to create a corpus. Now, how do I do that? Because I am excelling in my job. I am a doctor. I spend my time there from morning 7 to night 10 or so. I am there practicing there in the hospital, in the clinic. How do I, and I'm creating enough of wealth, enough of money. Now, how do I ensure that my wealth keeps growing? My money earns for me. I am earning for money, that's right. But is the money earning back for me? Is the money growing? Right? So that also I need to ensure. So as a wealth manager, what you do is you bring a clarity for this process. You understand your clients. You fill the gap of the knowledge that they have. They do not have the knowledge, so you bring in the knowledge, right? It cannot be ever a full-time job for them. For you, wealth management, portfolio management, financial markets are a full-time job. So you carry the deepest of knowledge, right? And then you being a professional, you do all the research or the learning, constant learning, everything you do, you bring in for them, right? And at times there it is needed that you review, you do a course correction. So all of that as a professional, as a wealth manager, as a financial planner, you bring across to the clients. So these are the reasons why people will need you. When you become wealth managers, people will come to you, or people will look at you as their service providers. So as a wealth manager, we discussed the other thing, but just to kind of have a bullet point view, what all you do is customer service. You engage with the customer, right? So when I say customer service, you offer him advice on his portfolios, you analyze his portfolios, you go and meet him, you maybe he has his demat account statement which is unable to understand, you need to explain in the statement too. So all of that, customer service. One of the most important thing, prospecting. Prospecting is acquiring new clients. So as a wealth manager, of course, you need to acquire good clients as well. You need to keep adding clients to you. Of course, with the passage of time, maybe in the first 2-3 years, when you build your own network, then you do not need to put effort. Your customers start giving you more customers. So it's a referral network that gets created, gets built up around you, right? So that's prospecting. Then content personalization, any plan that you do, any wealth portfolio that you create, the risk plan that you create or whatever, everything has to be personalized. It has to match to my requirements. So that content personalization is supposed to be your one of the key job roles. Opportunity management, where are the investment opportunities for me? What all should I be doing, right? Where should I invest? So you feel that, sir, today equity is a better opportunity, you should be investing in equities, right? So that's opportunity management for me that you are doing. Portfolio analysis and management, my entire portfolio analysis, how much I should invest in equities, debt, how is my portfolio doing? You need to keep reviewing this, analyzing this, researching the market. That all is your job. For me, it's like I have given you my portfolio, and I have complete trust in you for you to manage. And last but not the least, there is a bit of back office and operations job that you would require to do. For example, taking out statement, understanding the statement, doing the client entry in the CRM, those basic stuff as well, right? So meaning to say, a wealth manager role encompasses everything, right from acquiring clients to engaging clients to offering service to portfolio analysis, research, finding new opportunities, personalizing content, personalizing plans, everything. So A to G of the client portfolio management, right from entry to his happiness, is what you manage as a wealth manager. So your question can be, okay, so what are the wealth management companies? Who are the wealth management companies and what they do? So to summarize, if I have to say you, there are 3 kinds of wealth management companies. 3 particular streams of businesses exist in wealth management. Or if I have to reframe my sentence, all of the wealth management businesses which exist today in the world, maybe let's say if there are 100 odd wealth management companies in India, they can be classified into 3 groups, 3 types. Okay, so those 3 types are, the first one being banks. So a lot of these banks, like ICICI has ICICI Private Wealth, HDFC has a private banking, Kotak has a private banking, Axis has a private banking, Standard Chartered, Stancy is Standard Chartered, Barclays. So all these banks, this all these banks. Okay, so all these banks have their private wealth or a wealth management unit. Okay, where they cater to clients' wealth management requirements. Okay, when you see the gray text there, I think you have started reading that. So let me come to that too. The way these banks work when it comes to wealth management is their idea is more of retailing, meaning to say, you remember I was telling you there are two kinds of jobs that a wealth manager does. One is managing the wealth of super rich people. Second is managing the wealth of middle class and making them super rich. In case of banks, they target more to the second type of the customer, because by virtue of being a bank, they have a very large set of database. They try to reach out to the middle class, convert them to into wealthy people over a period of time. So their model is more of retailing. Their model is more of casting the net very wide, right? So when I say casting the net very wide, I mean to say, when you throw a net in a pond, see there, if I need to catch 5 big fishes, one thing I can do is I can be standing in the middle of the pond and I can try catching hold of 5 big fishes. That's one way. Second is I cast a net wide and I pull out the net. It will have definitely a 5-10 big fishes, right? So that's what the banks work on. They acquire so many customers that 5 out of them, 10 out of them will by default be super rich customers, right? So that's their model, and they primarily leverage upon their existing network, existing brand, existing presence, existing clientele. So that's their model. The second is a brokerage house, the broking house model. Broking house like equity broking houses like India Infoline, Edelweiss, Motilal Oswal, Anand Rathi. These are some of the broking houses who have successfully ventured into wealth management. They have their private wealth unit, wealth management unit, where they advise you on your wealth products. They offer you the holistic advice on your portfolio and your wealth requirements. But their model is they are primarily equity biased. See, ultimately है तो broker ही, right? So उनका DNA में equity है, DNA में stocks है. So they are equity biased. They push more of your portfolio towards equities, less towards fixed income, less towards mutual funds, less towards safer avenues, right? So their risk, the way they look at risk is not that appropriate always, right? So that's the flaw with the broking houses model. Another flaw is their brokerage costs are very high generally, because every time you trade, you will pay a brokerage, and their goal is making you trade, right? So the total cost of managing your portfolios is very wide. And what they try as a business is to cross-sell you multiple products. That's the broking house business model for the wealth management. And then comes the actual wealth management model. So banks, in case of banks, what the core business is? Banking, not wealth management. Wealth management is an add-on that they are trying to offer. In case of broking houses, what is their core business? Broking, equity or commodity broking, trading. Okay, their business is not wealth management core. Wealth management is an add-on that they are trying to offer you. Here comes the actual wealth management, which are primarily advisory-based firms, advisory-based companies who offer you the holistic wealth management advice, and their core expertise is wealth advice only, not any other product like banking or equity trading or something like that. Okay, and the companies who offer this are primarily like BAJAJ Capital, Ambit, JM Financial, Centrum, all these people. They are wealth advisory, wealth management companies by their DNA, by their structure, by the products that they offer, by the services that they offer. Everything is focused around one core thing, that's wealth management for the customers. Okay, so it's very client-centric business model wherein everything is designed towards the client. It's very customized because here the value is for the advice that you offer, not the trading or not the brokerage. And it's very service oriented. Here the client is of paramount importance. Okay, so these three are the three business streams where wealth managers get into. Okay, so as a wealth manager, of course, you can have a career in banking, you can have a career in broking, you can have a career in advisory firms, but you can decide as in where you want. But for today, what I will be talking to you today would be a career which is short, a career which comes with a guarantee. So the question would be, so if you want to be a wealth manager, you understand what wealth management is. You understood that finance is complex. You understood that who the wealth management companies are. So if you want to be a wealth manager, there are three things that you need. Okay, three things. One is the subject knowledge. So you need to carry deep knowledge about investment market, investment product, the whole of financial markets, financial laws, everything that relates to investment. You need to be knowing well. That's one. Second, practical skills, not only knowledge. Your knowledge has to be converted into a practical skill. You should know how to actually advise a customer. Okay. And third is you need to possess industry certifications. Guys, let me give you an example. I'll take just 1 minute to give you this analogy. See, I often say, the moment you hear that somebody is a chartered accountant, okay, the moment you get to meet somebody who has chartered accountancy added to his name or to his credit, right? With a hand on your heart, please tell me, is it not that you mentally start respecting him a little more? It's because the moment you know that he's a chartered accountant, the couple of things that go through your mind is that here is a man who possesses right knowledge. Here is a man who not only possesses knowledge, has the right skill set. See, that's what a CA program, that's what differentiates a CA program for any other MBA and all other programs, right? Because in CA, what is done is, after, along with your course, not at the end of your course, along with your course, you do your articleship. And articleship is what? Whatever you study in the books, you go and practice there. Not only practicing like a project, but you go and work in the real life environment. You work in a firm, you talk to clients, you meet clients, you go to different offices, you do accounts, audit, you prepare reports, right? So whatever you learn, you go and practice it, learn it there right on the ground. Those articleship days may seem to be tough, but that's when that's what actually adds right skill set for you, right? And that is what differentiates CA from any other MBA program for that matter, because MBA turns out to be bookish. Whatever you say, whichever institution you go, it's about studying, taking exams. Some of the top institutions may offer you some practical exposure, that's right, but it's about studying and exams, that's all. Whereas a program like CA brings you the right platform, the right corporate, real world corporate exposure. So coming back here, why I was giving you that analogy, that understanding, you will be able to relate when I move to the next slide. So coming back here, as a wealth manager, you will need to have three things: right subject knowledge. You should be knowing all about investment products and financial markets. You should have the right skill set. Not only that, padh ke aaye hain kitab mein, you should be knowing the practical real world. You should have real world exposure. Otherwise, nobody will trust you. Why do you want me to give my hard-earned real life money? पूरे लाइफ में 10 करोड़ रुपए कमाए या 5 करोड़ कमाए, why you want me to trust you? So you should give me reasons to trust you, right? And then industry certifications. You should have recognized industry certifications, which are a kind of a stamp of credibility, that okay, when I know that this person is this, I can understand, okay, here's the man, somebody who has gone through a rigor, who has gone through certain routes to be qualified enough. So this is something that I was thinking even before, even when I was one of you. So I was a student 22 years ago. So 22 years ago, while I was also a student, probably one of the things that always used to come in mind is, so, and why let me be honest, why I went to do CA, why I went to study CA is the one thing that was always top of the mind is, I need security, I need guarantee, right? Whatever I'm going to study, it should lead me to a career. And my mind was very clear that if I turn out to be a CA, I will have a good career, right? So that was the clarity. Now, in any career option, now see, of course, studying to be a CA takes time, takes effort, takes 5-7 years. That's all there. When it's about getting into wealth management, or you want to be a wealth manager, The question that I want you to answer yourself is, let's say, have an example that you are traveling from point A to point B. And for traveling from point A to point B, there can be 10 routes, 10 options available. How do you decide which route to take? Okay, how do you decide which route to take? Probably some of the factors on which you decide which route to take are time, cost, convenience, and safety. So you need to, you see that yahan se yahan, if I go from option 1, how much time it takes, vis-a-vis option 2, vis-a-vis option 3, and any other, how much cost it will incur, what is the convenience, can I do it comfortably, or A to B, lesser time, but it's a hilly area, it's very difficult to go on. I would probably like to spend half an hour extra and go through my car from some other route. That's what convenience is. And safety, it should be secured, it should be guaranteed, it should be zero risk, right? So that's what you look at. Now, even if it's a road journey, you consider time, cost, convenience, and safety. Then if it's about your career journey, why should you not consider these 4 pointers, right? So let's consider these 4 pointers in your career: time, cost, convenience, and money. Which means, how fast can I be a wealth manager? How sooner can I become a wealth manager? At what least cost can I be a wealth manager? What is the minimum cost that I need to spend to learn, to acquire those skills? Convenience. Can I do it at my place rather than traveling from here, there, and spending my time, money, efforts, and all of that? Can I do it at my place? And fourth, safety. Is it guaranteed? Is there an assurance? Is there, not assurance, a guarantee, right? So that I do not have any fear of failure. Okay. So here I am now talking more about the opportunity. So my parent company, Bajaj Capital, brings you this opportunity to be a wealth manager. I already spoke about Bajaj Capital. We have 130 plus 132, 133 branches, 4,500 odd employees, and we have been there in the business for 59 years. That's about Bajaj Capital. We, ICFP, are the education and training arm of Bajaj Capital. So Rohit, I'll come to that, selection, classes, everything I'll talk about. Yeah. So the way we do at Bajaj Capital is we hire you as a trainee, and we hire you for a program called IDWM, which is Integrated Diploma in Wealth Management. It's a 6 months program for which we hire you, within which the first 3 months, we gonna teach you. Hum aapko padhayenge. We will teach you all the concepts of personal finance, wealth management, investment laws, everything in the first 3 months. And it will be all online classes. So wherever you are, you can do it from there. Okay. So first 3 months we will teach you. Next 3 months, you will be doing a paid OJT. Remember, paid OJT, on the job training, paid on the job training internship within Bajaj Capital itself. Okay, within your nearest city, wherever Bajaj Capital branch is, the nearest city where you will be placed at, right? So what happens? First 3 months of intensive learning on wealth management concepts. Next 3 months, practicing them in the real life, in the corporate world, within the same organization, understanding the organization culture, understanding the working, right? Meeting the clients, understanding the business. And then 7th month onwards, you are a full-fledged wealth manager, absorbed in Bajaj Capital itself. The beauty of this whole thing is that on the day of joining the program, if you are selected and if you join the program, on the day 1 of the program, you get your appointment letter, your offer letter, your confirmed, your guaranteed offer letter from Bajaj Capital, saying that you will be joining Bajaj Capital on such and such date, right? So meaning to say the fear of failure is gone. Now look at this again. I mentioned time, cost, convenience, and safety. Let's evaluate this on all those parameters. Time taken, only 6 months, not like 3 years, 2 years, MBA, BBA, no, only 6 months. That's one. Cost, I'll talk about the cost, but within that cost, one thing you need to understand, within your OJT, you are already getting 30,000 rupees back from Bajaj Capital, right? Within your internship. Again, guys, with a hand on your heart, many of you may be MBAs. Please tell me if during your MBAs, if you were doing internship, have you got 10,000 rupees per month stipend during your MBA internship? Let us be honest. If you have got right, yes. If you do not, if you have not got right, no. So even with your MBA, your OJT, your internship have not given you a paid internship of 10,000 rupees, right? It's because the skill set that the knowledge that you acquire here, you go and convert that into real world skill during your internship at BAJAJ. So I talked about time. Cost I didn't talk about, I partially mentioned. Move to the third factor, which is convenience. Convenience, it's because it's an online program. We teach you online. So wherever you are, whichever part of the country you are in, you can join us from there. And your placement, your training is also done with the nearest possible Bajaj Capital branch. And Bajaj Capital with 130 plus branches, of course, would be in your city or at least in your state capital. So we try to relocate you to the nearest branch, or if in your city, then of course in your city, and you do it from there. So convenience. And fourth, safety. Trust of Bajaj Capital, a company which is there for 59 years, one of the largest wealth management companies in the country, one of the most respected wealth management companies in the country, right? And offer later at the beginning of the program, not that at the end of the program you will go job hopping, you will go hopping for interviews, move here and there, no campus interviews. There's that, all that bullshit is something that will never come before you. Right on the day of joining the program, you have your offer letter in your hand. Peace of mind, absolute security guarantee. Okay. So that's about IDWM. Moving ahead. Rohit was asking about the selection process, etc. So let me tell you. So one, please keep in mind the admission to this program is not open to all. It's only through a selection process, only if you qualify the selection process. Okay, so you have to pass an online test. There is an online test that you have to pass. And if you qualify the online test, you also have to take an interview. An interview will be conducted wherein there would be a panel, one from ICFP, a faculty, a coach from ICFP, and a HR manager, hiring manager from Bajaj Capital. They will jointly interview you. And based on the score of your written test and your interview, you will be given a final selection offer or you are rejected. Either of these will happen. If you are selected, please let me emphasize on this word. If you are selected, you join us the program, you undergo the 3 classroom training, 3 months of internship, 7th month onwards placement, right? Coming to the selection process. So how do you become a part of the selection process? How do you apply? Your question can be, okay, if I want to be a wealth manager, how do I go for the selection process? How do I check that, am I eligible? Am I qualified enough? Is Bajaj Capital ready to hire me, right? So the first thing that you do is you register online. There is an online registration which you complete, you register, and then you kind of apply. After your application is done, an online test would be conducted by ICFP. My team coordinates with you, sends you the test link, etc. And then the test is done within the next 3-4 days. You take the test, then your interview is scheduled. An interview is done with the interview panel. Okay, Akshada, I'll come to that. I keep writing all such beautiful questions. I'll come to that. Yeah. So you can take online interview by selection panel. And if selected, you will get the offer of admission. And when you take admission, you get your placement letter immediately. The same day or the very next day, you get your admission, your offer letter from Bajaj. Okay. Kanhaiya, if you can mark people on mute. I think somebody has unmuted. Okay. So that's about the selection process. Coming to the training, as I mentioned, there would be first 3 months of online training where we're going to teach you the core concepts of personal finance. Now, some of you may not come from commerce background. You may be from science, you may be from arts. So your fear would be that, look, I do not know even the basics of finance, even the basics of accounts. How would I be able to cope up? So here is our answer to it. You do not need to be worried. We start with the foundation. Okay, the course starts with the foundation. And within foundation, we will start even with very basics of accounting, teaching you what is a debit, what is a credit, what is a balance sheet, what is a profit and loss, likewise. What is net worth, what is assets, liabilities, everything. So from very basics, ABC of accounting or ABC of finance is where we begin with. Okay, so you need not worry. And then you have a core learning where the 7 subjects, these 7 subjects are taught. We teach you the whole of personal financial management, financial basics of financial maths. We teach you all investment products, the financial markets in India. We teach you investment laws. Now, those of you who come from commerce background, guys, again, please think over on this point. In your commerce BCom, you would have studied business law, you would have studied company law. Have you studied investment law? Right? So here, because you are going to be an investment expert, you need to learn investment law. So that's one of the subjects that you will be studying. And then wealth management, the 3 core products of wealth management are equity, mutual fund, and insurance. So those 3 subjects would be taught to you in much larger detail as a standalone topics too, which are mutual funds, insurance, and portfolio management. And then you will also study a bit about investment taxation, because one of the reasons people invest in India is also because of taxation. So you need to know a bit of taxation. So that also will be covered in the curriculum. So with that, you become an expert of the entire holistic wealth advisory. And we do not end here. We then give you a soft skills training, which is again an online training where our coaches come and deliver exclusive classes on building your communication skills and some pointers on personality development. Right? So holistically, if you look at this whole thing, the training that has been offered to you, we started from very basics. We taught you the core concepts of finance, and we nurtured your personality. We nurtured the basic communication skills in you, and then you are ready. Now, ready for what? Ready not as a wealth manager, ready for the real world experience. So from here, you move on to internship, the paid internship with Bajaj Capital, the next 3 months. And the next 3 months are with Bajaj Capital, where the idea is what? Idea is to understand the work culture of Bajaj Capital. Idea is to understand how to handle clients. Idea is to understand how do you interview clients. Idea to understand what is the process of interaction. How do you negotiate? How do you build client relationships? Understanding client behavior, understanding market dynamics, doing market research, right? All of this, making business presentations, making business plan, analyzing portfolios, all of this you will learn during your internship. How to sell, how to upsell, how to win clients, how to have his trust, everything. Okay, that happens for the next 3 months. And the best part is, as I mentioned, during the internship, you get stipend as well. And paid stipend is 10,000 rupees per month, which means 30,000 rupees stipend you get back. Okay. Then comes the placement. 7th month, you are placed in Bajaj Capital. You are placed and you start the CTC where you start. If you are a fresher, if you have more than 1 year of experience, up till 1 year, we will consider you a fresher. If you have more than 1 year of experience, then your CTC at which you are hired would definitely depend on the interviewer recommendation. But you are a fresher or less than 1 year of experience, the CTC is 3.5 fixed. 3.5 is fixed plus incentives, bonus, RNR, all of that. Okay. So RNR is reward and recognition, performance linked incentive, bonus, reimbursements, mobile and travel reimbursements, all of that is there. So you are a full-time, full salaried employed with Bajaj Capital, a wealth manager at a salary of this, plus all other benefits. Okay. So that's where you start. But in a year's time, after a year, you complete 1 year, and then your whole compensation is reviewed. You are given a growth, and then you finally reach at 5 to 6 lakhs per annum, plus all other benefits, reimbursements, bonus, retention bonus, incentives, etc., etc. Okay, so the amount that you see 3.5 or 5 to 6, it is the fixed component. The variable components and the reimbursements are separate. Okay, so that's how you grow on, and this is how your career grows. So if I have to summarize IDWM, the training program that I'm talking about, and how you become a wealth manager with my parent company, Bajaj Capital, there are 6 pointers that I need to talk about. The last pointer 5 number is wrongly written, so don't get confused. There are 6 pointers that I need to talk about. To summarize, one, it's a guaranteed placement. You need not worry about, because on the day one of your admission, you have your offer letter in hand. It's a paid internship. During the 3 months of internship, you get 30,000 rupees as your internship. So you start earning right during your internship days itself. And within the program, you get a diploma in wealth management from ICOFP. Second, there would be four top industry certifications, 1 international and 3 national level industry certifications inbuilt into the program. So meaning to say, you get to study all of that. You have to just take those exams and you earn those 4 top industry certifications as well, which add your CV value. And the sixth one, it gives you the best possible ROI. ROI is return on investment, return over investment. So the money that you invest to study this program, vis-a-vis the return that you get, the salaries that you get, that is more than 1,000%. More than 1,000% is what you get. Okay, how? I'm going to tell you. So by now your question would be, so we have understood everything. What is the fee? That you have not answered, sir. What is the fee? How much is the investment required? Okay, so, and you have asked questions as well, as in asking the fee structure, etc. So let me come to that. So the fee structure, the way this program goes is, the first fee that you have to pay is you have to register. You remember I was saying before selection, you have to do a registration. So you need to do a registration. Registration fee is 1,000 rupees only. That's an online registration. It covers your exam and your interview process. If you are selected, again, let me emphasize, if you are selected, then you need to enroll. And the program fee is 85,000 rupees only. 85,000 is the program fee. But your investment is 55 only, because 30,000 rupees anyways you earn back as stipend. So your investment is 55,000 only. And you can pay this fee in lump sum, that means one go, or in part payment, which is in 3 parts, or you can also go for student loan, which offers you 12 months easy EMIs, that too at 0% interest. 0 interest, 12 months easy EMIs is also there. Okay, so absolutely your choice, whatever way you want to go for. Let me take the questions that you have now in the chat. So Rohit is asking, after selection, what are the classes timing? So Rohit, the classes timing keep varying. Some of the classes happen during the day, some happen in the first half of the day, some happen in the second half of the day. A couple of subjects happen in the evening. So classes keep varying because we have multiple batches running for the program. And in one batch, we typically have 25-30 odd students at the max, not more than that. The range is between 20 to 25. So it keeps on changing, varying, and we have multiple batches. So depending on the availability of the different faculties, the batches timings keep changing. Also because Rohit, for each subject, you have a different faculty. It's not that one faculty coming and teaching you all, right? So that will keep changing. Akshada has asked, if somebody gets rejected, can he or she apply again? Akshada, yes, one can, but before you reapply, you can speak to the program manager, and program manager can. So we give you a very candid feedback that what is the interviewer saying, what is the interviewer's take on you, right? So that will help you understand where you actually stand, right? Okay, Jayesh is asking, what is the job role? So Jayesh, as I mentioned, as a wealth manager, a job role is right from acquiring client to serving client to managing client to advising to analyzing his portfolio to doing the research to preparing presentations to meeting clients, everything, right? So if you ask me, Kanaya, can you put these people on mute? Yeah. So if you ask me, will it involve sales? Answer is yes. If you ask me, will it be only sales? The answer is no, because it will not be only sales. If you ask me, will it be only operations? The answer is no, because it will not be only operations. So as a wealth manager, you do everything. You acquire clients, you manage existing clients, you analyze their portfolios, you cross-sell them, you manage relationships, you study markets, you make plans, you build up goals. So you do all of that. Yeah, it's a very holistic thing that you do. Fee structure I've already answered. Kanya, there is a security setting that you need to follow so that people cannot unmute. Yeah. Okay. Any exam, Rohit is asking? Yes, Rohit. So for all of those 7 subjects that we taught you, the core subjects, not the foundation one, all the 7 core subjects which we teach you, there would be an exam happening at the end of the each subject. So, and it will not be at the end of 3 months, at the end of each subject. So one subject over, you will have exam. Second subject over, exam likewise. Yeah. So Rohit, the job role, see what my job role is, what is written on that. If there is a disconnect, one can always let us know. This has not been told us. One can always let us know. It's just that we need to coordinate with the Bajaj Capital HR team and get it sorted, right? No, I said CTC 3.5 only, Rohit. I said after a year you are repositioned at 5 to 6. If you want, I can go back to the slide. See, it's written here. In a year, you grow to 5 to 6. Your current CTC that you start is 3.5 if you are a fresher or have less than 1 year of experience. So you misunderstood this. Yeah. What will be the syllabus for exam? So syllabus would be the same thing that we teach you, Rohit. Sorry, yes. The exactly 7 subjects that we're going to teach you. We will give you books for that. We will teach you all those. There would be classes, there would be notes that would be given to you. There would be practice sessions that we will do. And these questions will come from that only. It will be an online exam that you have to take at your home. Yeah. Okay, syllabus of exam at the time of selection. So at the time of selection, the exam which is conducted comprises of basics of English, very basics of English, basics of maths, and some behavioral assessment questions trying to decode your persona, trying to understand your behavior. That's all. It doesn't need any specific preparation as such. So guys, I truly appreciate on a Saturday morning you all came here and you are here. So let me also tell you how do you apply, how do you register. So there are 2 ways to register. Option 1 is you go to ICFP website in the top right corner. There is this apply online tab. You click on that and it will lead you to this screen where you have your name, number, email ID, course, everything. And you can proceed and pay from here and you can register. That's one way. There is this second option, which is a quick pay option, which is this link. Kanaya, if you can put this link in the chat box as well. Click on this link, it will ask you your email and phone number and the registration amount. Put that, proceed. It will take you straight to the payment gateway, pay it simple. And then my team coordinates back with you and takes it from there on. So there are 2 ways to do. Now, truly appreciate your patience, guys. You have come here and I understand that you all are serious about your career. You understand the importance of getting a secured career rather than playing around and spending another 3 years in juggling with MBA, PG diploma and this and that, and then hopping from one place to other place for campus interviews and job interviews. Here is something which is straight away a ticket to a successful career for you. So if you want to join, we would love to assess you, love to take you through the selection round. If you are selected, of course, there is a lot more that we can do for you. And this is what I have a special, very special for you today. Remember, this is for you for today, for the first 5 students, only for the first 5 students. Okay. And these 5 students would get what? One, your registration fee is discounted by 50%. So instead of 1,000 rupees, you would pay only 500 rupees as your registration fee. Only 500. Okay, is your registration fee. So to test yourself whether you are eligible or not, whether you can qualify or not, it will cost you only 500 rupees. So that's one. Second, if you are selected, I have an even better news. If you are selected, the course fee, which was 85,000 rupees for you, for only 5 students, it would be 75,000 rupees. You get a 10,000 rupees scholarship, a discount. Okay. And the last thing, as I mentioned, there is interest-free education loan, interest-free student loan available for you. So let's say, for example, if you are selected, what you can do is out of 85,000 rupees, you pay 10,000 rupees as admission fee, balance 75,000 rupees in 12 easy EMIs, which is 6,250 odd rupees per month. That's all. And technically, if you analyze that ways, it's only for the 3 months that you will be dependent on your parents to pay their fees. Your admission fee of 10,000 rupees and 3 months of EMIs. That's all. 4th month onwards, you will have your own stipend coming in 10,000 rupees. From that, you can pay 6,200 rupees, right? And 7th month onwards, you are having your own salary, right? So it's something like making you independent, making you a professional at the quickest possible time, and giving you a ticket to a guaranteed successful career. That's what it is. To take note of this number, Kanhaiya, if you can type the Kanhaiya or Ravi, if you can type the this number in the chat box, 9711450002. Call us on this number, guys, if you have any queries doing the registration or enrolling for the selection process. Then call us on this number. My team is there to help you. They would be more than happy guiding you. Naveen is asking, will be an online test? Yeah, Naveen, it's an online test and there is no specific preparation needed. As I mentioned, the Kanhaiya, if you can also put in the quick pay link in the chat. No specific needed, because it's more of standard 10th or 12th level maths and 10th level, not even 10th, rather 8th, 9th level maths, basic maths, and 12th level English. That's all. Yeah, and basic behavioral assessment questions. Thank you so much, Rohit. Okay, so all the questions that you mentioned here, guys, have been duly taken up. Still, if there is something that you need to talk to us, you feel free to call us on this number. My team is there to help you. With that, Kanhaiya, I think it's time to sign off because there are no more questions in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So thank you so much once again, friends, for joining us today, this morning. Do register, test yourself if you are eligible for this program or not. Testing is costing you just 500 rupees. Test yourself. You are eligible. Go for it. This leads to a career where you can, one can complete CA during this job. So Rohit, this is a question which I would answer with a very practical approach. Okay. There are people who take 5 years, cannot complete CA. There are people who take 10 years, cannot complete CA. There are people who take 3 years, complete CA, right? So it all depends on the person's capacity, capability, his understanding, his intelligence, his commitment to the course, his commitment to the program, as in whether he would be able to do or not. As much as this course is concerned, it gives you a lot of exposure, practical understanding. How you study about other course is absolutely dependent on you. How can this course guarantee that, yes, if you do this course, you will become a CEO also? It cannot. No course can ever. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much, guys. Signing off. Have a great day.